I'm Piet Levy. I'm the music writer for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and I want to introduce you to you guys John Gilbertson, Eric Ernst, we got Damon Joy, and we got Lauren as well, and we're talking about, we're going to segue now. Summerfest 2018 has come to a close. It's coming to a close. We're going to talk about the best and worst of the festival overall. It's been 800 bands, 11 days. We've seen a ton of stuff. So, what's going to really stand out here? Let's start with John. John, what do you think really kind of stood out in terms of the best and worst of Summerfest?
Well, I'll go with the worst first for a change, and that was Jonathan Davis of Korn. Even though that wasn't really that bad, but it was kind of. The energy of the crowd was a little lacking, I noticed. Like, they weren't, I don't know if they were really responding to the solo stuff or they were there to hear Korn and he was giving them most of the solo stuff. I mean, I think there was some good energy there, but it was, you could feel it flagging a little bit. As for best, well, I did have that double bill last weekend of Spoon and Chromeo. I'd say the best overall for me was Spoon, Austin pop rock band that was just really in excellent form. Just seemed to have, even playing stuff that the band had probably played 1,000 times before, we're finding some new way to kind of curve into it, which with that material can be difficult, but they had this kind of darker energy that actually worked for the situation.
Let's talk to Lauren next about the best and worst of Summerfest 2018 in terms of performances. What was your least favorite, and then what was your favorite?
My least favorite was Nelly. I know that quite a few people enjoyed that set, and for good reason. Nelly has a ton of timeless mid-aughts, classics. He has a great catalog of big hits, but he performed like he was just not that into it. He just seemed like he had played a million times before. He just kind of walked on stage and he just rapped over a lot of the pre-recorded tracks, which I personally don't care for in a hip-hop show. So that one was kind of disappointing, even though the set list was pretty good.
Yeah, and what was the best thing you saw at Summerfest 2018?
Well, Steven Tyler was great, the Flaming Lips were great, but my favorite for sure was Kesha. Kesha's played in Milwaukee 2 times in the last 2 years, and it was sold out both times, so I had pretty high expectations going into the show, and she definitely met my expectations. She was super energetic, she was really confident and warm, she definitely warmed up to the audience well. She performed all of her greatest hits too, as well as songs from her most recent album, so that was definitely a highlight of Summerfest 2018 for me.
Let's talk to Eric now. So Eric, again, you've seen so much stuff here at Summerfest this year. What was your least favorite thing that you saw and your favorite thing that you saw for Summerfest 2018?
I think the least favorite easily was still Buck Cherry from one of the first nights. Just sort of stale, sophomoric, everything that they always were, but boy has it gotten old at this point. And the best still from that early date, getting the chance to see Milk perform in her first national festival performance was really fantastic. She's such a powerful performer, the crowds are only going to grow. She had that really special moment at the Women's March that sort of spurred on, and she's taking full advantage of it, still making and playing some really powerful music, so that's really fantastic, and those are the kind of artists to really look to see here.
Let's talk to Damon then. Damon, what was your least favorite act at Summerfest 2018 and the favorite thing you saw at Summerfest?
I'm going to stick with Tory Lanez for my least favorite. It was just kind of bland and boring, nothing special about it. He can sing, it's great, he can rap, but just nothing great. Nothing stood out about it. The crowd was loud, but not any louder than any other crowd you've heard. He was just there. My favorite, I'm going to have a tie probably with J. Cole and Block Boy. That was just because of energy. They both had crazy energy. J. Cole, controlled that entire crowd at the amphitheater, all night, his entire performance. The guy who opened, not so great, but he just really killed it all night. And that video screen behind him was also awesome because I got to get up close to it and it was ridiculous. But anyway, going with Block Boy because of everything that happened. He invited the kids on stage. Again, that they went nuts. There were just hundreds of kids on stage just rushing it. No one got hurt, seriously, that I could tell. But that was just amazing to see. I haven't seen anything like that in a couple of years.
So I guess for me, in terms of the worst, they had a lot of energy, but they just weren't, it just all went kind of wrong, was a band called LIFT, which stands for Love in Future Times. And Love in Future Times has a little bit of emo and a little bit of hip-hop. And I think there's a world for that, and there's definitely an audience for that, but not if you're doing it in a really bad way, like LIFT was doing. They had a lot of energy, but it also the songs were just kind of messy and sloppy and not very good. It had the world's smallest mosh pit at the world's largest music festival. It was literally 3 people bumping into each other at the front of the stage. That said, in general, I was really impressed with the Summerfest lineup. I think they've done a really good job with the bookings this year, and I saw a lot of really wonderful things. The Weeknd made his first Milwaukee appearance here and was just a great show. But I think there was one show in particular that's really going to go down as like the show that people will be talking about for years and years and years. And I think that was Janelle Monáe at the BMO Harris Pavilion. Honestly, one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life. Just because it just felt so of the moment, so timely, but also felt really timeless as well. You know, she had a lot of songs about Black pride, about women's rights, about LGBTQ solidarity, and it just really spoke to 2018. But at the same time, it felt really timeless. There was just such incredible dancing. She had such amazing charisma. So, guys, thank you so much for watching our wrap up of Summerfest 2018. Thanks to John, thanks to Eric, thanks to Damon, thanks to Lauren for all your help and contributions, and for speaking as well. Thank you too for watching. We have tons of Summerfest coverage. If you go to jsonline.com/Summerfest, you can catch up on our photos, catch up on videos, catch up on reviews. Thank you again for watching, and looking forward to doing this again next year. Thanks so much.